Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be talking about day trading with inverted triangles and megaphone patterns. So these chart type patterns that we're looking at are essentially where you see what I've got highlighted here, where price is making consecutive new highs and consecutive new lows. So if you think of those old bull horns, right, they come out kind of like that, with a rounded end like that. It's kind of the idea. It's a megaphone pattern, where we're making new highs constantly, new lows constantly, and just kind of widening out. Now, this pattern itself is very hard to find. They don't set up that often. It's something you're going to see maybe, depending on the time frame, maybe once a week, once a month, maybe once a year if you're looking at a big time frame. So they don't happen very often, but when they do, they're very, very powerful. So the big thing behind this is we need to see the actual price action setup, meaning that we need two highs and two lows that we can connect together. So in this case, we have a high and a high, and a low, and then the lower low. That's the important part of this. The more you have, the better, but you at least need these four. So once we've got those four set up, then we can start to look at taking these sides of the trades. So basically what you want to do is when price comes to either side of that high or the low, you want to become a buyer or a seller. So in this case, we came down to the low, and we wanted to buy right down here. Came down to the low, wanted to buy right down there again. So it gave us two entries here that you could have gotten long in. Once it gets to the highs, you want to become a seller again. In this case, it went through a little bit, where if you did sell up here, had you not been stopped out, you would have been taken, a little bit of heat. But shortly thereafter, once it started actually falling back down, immediately came crashing right back down again. In winding this back out, let's see if it taps it again, right down there, come down, and we tap it again. So these areas are very, very strong. It's just the problem is they don't set up very often. So when you get these on your chart, put them on there and keep them on there as long as you can, because they do set up really strong areas of support and resistance. So the megaphone pattern in itself is something that I think every trader should add to their repertoire. But learning how to trade it is kind of a different sort of feel to it. First things first, we need to know where to place our profit targets. So when you're going long, your profit target should be placed about the midline, as well as the opposite side. So when you're getting long, not only do you want to have your first target kind of in the middle here, but you also want to have your final target or the runner target right back to the highs again, because we're expecting price to continue to expand and make it bigger and bigger and back to both sides of trading. So you want to make sure that, again, you're taking a little bit of profit off at the middle area there, and then the rest of it right back up at the highs again. And if you get short right up at the highs, you're going right back to the midpoint again for the target, and then targeting the opposite side. So you can get some really strong trades this way. Now, along with that, you always want to make sure that you use a stop loss. So after you're buying the lows, you want to place your stop loss below the lowest point of that move down. So if you're buying this low right here, stop loss is going to go right under that swing. Same with this one right here, right under that swing. When we come up to the highs, again, this one is a little bit shaky, but your stop would have been initially the first entry. The stop loss would have been up there. That one got stopped out. We came back down. Stop loss goes above that one. So they work in really both ways. Again, when we come down to the lows, you're buying down here, stop loss under that swing. So that's where your stop loss is going to go and the profit targets. So that's going to be taking a look at the inverted triangles or megaphone patterns. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. And don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. Have a good one. Bye.